Hello everyone, we are now live with more Dream Daddy because we just can't get enough of some Dream Daddy fun times. Okay, so that's up. Just gonna very quickly post my links, let people know that I'm up. I'm currently in the chat, so if you guys have any questions, just wanna take part, that's cool. I encourage it, it's a lot of fun. But we're going to continue our seduction of all the men in this little neighborhood, because it's very important that we seduce all of them. Very important indeed. And the reason that it's so important is because, you know, we're kind of terrible people. But that's okay. We're a good dad. We're best dads. So, yeah, let's go ahead and load up our game with the glorious Jayhawk.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Oh god, we've got dads. Okay. You know what? I was thinking the other day, because I obviously think about this game all the time. It's a natural part of my life now. We have not seen anything about Robert's kids. And this whole game is about our dream daddy. And I'm not sure if he's a daddy. Does he qualify? I think we need to find out. Unfortunately, it means that I'm going to wreck my voice doing his weird Batman voice. Robert Small. Professional douchebag. Drinking too much water can cause water intoxication. Thanks, Dad. I had a lot of fun with Robert the last time we hung out, but I'm beginning to wonder if he's dodging me. I've tried to message him a few times, and Dadbook says he hasn't even read them. Haven't even seen him come out of his house, actually, and I've been watching out the window all the time. I decided to send one last message, fearing that this will produce the same result. Hey man! Don't know where you've been, but we should grab a drink soon! I'm jonesing! Okay, I linger in the kitchen. I'm all cut up on work. The house is relatively clean. What do I do for a living? Like, every single time they talk about, oh, I've done this and that. I don't know what I do for a living. The other day, I just spent all day cutting out coupons. I'll bake her favorite pie. I root through the pantry and pull out all the ingredients. This is an old family recipe that I used to make with my grandmother. Oh, that's so cute. I lost the actual recipe card a long time ago, but I think I'll be able to remember how to bake it. Okay, let's do this. Start mixing the ingredients together for the crust until I get a nice dough. Throw some cherries into a saucepan to make the filling. Normally I don't like to multitask in the kitchen, but this cherry pie is a piece of cake. Pie? It's a piece of pie. It's a slice of pie and a piece of cake. That's what it is. That's the saying you're going for, Jay. Don't try to hide behind it. I'm making a pie. Oh man, I can never remember what temperature you're supposed to set the oven at. Pretty sure it's 375, but I could be wrong. What if that's supposed to be Celsius and I'm supposed to burn the whole house down? Who am I kidding? I'm never wrong when it comes to this pie. See, that I have some meals that I make that I'm like that with. Where I've stopped looking at the recipe, I've stopped paying attention to ingredients, I just kind of throw stuff into a pan and see what happens. And, sometimes it comes out great. Sometimes it comes out as what my wife likes to refer to as the Russian risotto, which did not end well. I don't remember what was in it. There was some beetroot and some weird, like, barley grain. It wasn't very good. It wasn't very good at all. She never lets me live that down. I probably deserve it though. But Jay, never wrong when it comes to this pie. A special twist of my grandmother's recipe includes a secret ingredient that not even Amanda knows about. It makes the cherries extra flavorful. It's cocaine. Oh God, why can't I remember what the secret? This is the one thing you've added. Jay, what's wrong with you? Why are you so dumb? Ooh. See, it's not more cherries. That's not the correct answer here. I don't think it's almond extract, because almond and cherries don't really go together that well. I think it might be salt, because salt irritates the... Okay, sorry, I'm looking at my wife, who is looking at me like I'm crazy. Maybe almond? Okay, she's saying the words cherry bakewell. I don't know what goes into cherry bakewell. I'm American, remember? Okay, we're gonna go with almond. I've been told very, very sternly from off camera that we're going almond, guys. Oh, it's almond extract. Duh. Oops, I accidentally poured a little too much in. Way too much in. Sure, it's fine. Baking is an art. No, it's not. No. Baking is not an art. Baking is a science. Cooking is an art. Baking, you don't mess with that formula. Finally getting the pie out of the oven. How long am I supposed to leave it in there? 50 minutes? Oh, God. This is why you need a recipe card there, Jay. I'm just going to be so excited. The kid loves a good pie. Oh, sexual humor. Have a seat at the kitchen table and do word jumbles. What do I do for a job? Till Amanda comes home. I hear the door slam open. Yo, Pops, what smells like pie in here? I don't know. It's pie, sweetie! But it darts over to the oven and looks inside.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, it's not done! Be patient! What's your angle here? What? What angle? What's an angle? I'm not being obtuse about this at all. That was a little math humor for you guys. Pies are an objective-based confection. What are you trying to get out of me? Okay, yeah, I can understand that. I've been leading a double life. I have terrible news for you. I'm actually a pro skateboarder, an aspiring astronaut, and a bank robber. The lifestyle is calling me back, and I must go. One last job. You know how it is. The pie was the only way I knew how to tell you. Well, I appreciated the years we spent together, but a trade-up is a trade-up. Remember me when you're kicking your feet up in Ibiza? Ibiza? I would get confused on how to pronounce that because when I moved over to the UK, I'd never seen that before. I thought it had a TH because everybody kept saying Ibiza. Apparently, it's pronounced Ibiza, but there's a Z in there and it confuses me every time I see it. So long, and thanks for all the pie. We share a cordial handshake. I'll wait a few more minutes before taking the pie out of the oven. I set it on a rack to cool and guard it so Amanda doesn't dig it into it before it's ready. I don't know. That could be a learning experience. Don't eat pie fresh out of the oven. Huh. What? What kind of weird to you? Oh, that's just me taking artistic license on what cherry pie means to me emotionally. I'm saying this because, you know, it seems like you might have baked this pie incorrectly. Perhaps I should have used salt. And you're currently, right now, trying to pass it off as a good thing. I've done that with mistakes. I've said, hey, look at this thing I've done. It absolutely isn't awful. It was awful. Russian risotto. It's art, sweetie. You should know that. You're a goddamn art major. Was it art when you accidentally baked a whole uncracked egg into the center of my 12th birthday cake? Yes. Well, it's, was it art when you tried to make brownies and accidentally created chlorine? I'm gonna pull a Anchorman quote on you, and I'm not even mad. That's amazing. How did you create chlorine gas while making brownies? Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. 3 people died, Jay. Was it art when you just eat the goddamn pie, Panda? Because she's saying we sit down and eat. The cherry filling oozes out of the sides. And the buttery crust glistens. I watch as Amanda takes a bite.
Oh no.
Ugh. What's wrong? Is it not good? Winces and fans her mouth. No, I just burned the heck out of the roof of my mouth. Because you're an idiot. Sorry for that. You're goddamn right you're sorry. Ah, she's right. The pie is pretty incredible, as it always is. Okay, I'll let somebody in the room off that maybe it was supposed to be almond extract. I'm really proud of you for making a pie without burning the new house down. Well, you know, I do try. I've got a few dad tricks up my dad's sleeve. Maybe fathers aren't as bumbling as stupid as the media makes us out to be. Maybe we as a society should have a little more respect for fathers as a whole.
Whoa!
Dad, your sleeve is on fire. I run to the sink and put myself out. Pride will be my undoing. It's true. Pride cometh before the burn. And I clean up the kitchen and play a little more living room hoops before she retreats to her room to do homework. I go back to my word jumbles. Hey, this one spells cat. The rest of the evening trickles by. We eat dinner, I help Amanda with one of her scholarship applications, and we both start getting ready for bed. I go into the bedroom. Robert is there. I decide to check Dad book one last time before I climb into bed. Still nothing from Robert. Huh. I hope he's okay. Turn the lights and lie down. Hey. Jay, hey. Hey, Jay. Hey, I'm outside. Come outside. What is that? I was just on the verge of falling asleep. I climb out of bed and try to identify the source of the dinging. The computer screen illuminates in the dark room. First of all, he'd probably be having that on his phone. I'm a little bit surprised he's even got a computer in his room, but hey, whatever. Walk over to it, ready to turn it off, and I notice what's happening on screen. Don't make me honk. I will honk. Get out here. You don't have a choice. I look out my window, and sure enough, there's Robert leaning against his pickup truck in my driveway. Robert, are you already drunk? Open the door and to try to figure out what's going on. Hey. Hey there, buddy. So we need to have a talk about boundaries and acceptable times to come by somebody's house and threaten them with a vicious honking. Wanna hang? Against my better judgment, yes. I was kind of sleeping. God, every time I see him, I'm amazed by his adorable eyes and his, like, Gandalf eyebrows. I have made the best dad. That's no fun.
Oh?
Come hang out. Do it. I would argue that sleeping is very fun, but I don't have anywhere to be in the morning, because I don't have a goddamn job. Might as well live a little. Sure.
Huh.
Cool. You plan on going out like that? What's wrong with my pajamas? I am not wearing pants. Wow. That's a little close to home there, because I hate wearing pants so much. I don't mind. Right, 1 second. I shall put on pants. I shall become decent for you, Robert. I run inside and throw on my going out pants, shoes, and a jacket. I grab my keys and meet Robert back outside. He is no longer wearing pants. You ready? I'm ready! Hop in. Jump into the passenger seat of his old red pickup truck. I have to move a few empty cigarette packets and gas station receipts out of the way before I can sit. Robert silently starts the car, and we drive out of the cul-de-sac.
Oh.
You like Tom Waits? Hoist that rag, baby! Oh, we got the eggplants! Look at those eggplants. I don't know why they're eggplants, but there they are. Before I can answer, Robert turns up the radio. Yep, that's Tom Waits, alright. Lights a cigarette and cracks the window. We drive together in silence. So, where are we going? Robert doesn't respond. Robert, I'm concerned for my safety. I do not consent to this. Why is there a naked woman on the side? Oh, that's a hula girl dashboard thing. From the perspective This looked like a woman who was standing in the woods in a bra holding some beers. And I was a little concerned about where we were going.
Oh, I heard you. I just didn't give a shit.
He still doesn't answer my question. I look out the window and notice that Robert's taking us onto the highway. I twiddle my thumbs. Okay, I'm just going to come out and say it. This is not acceptable behavior on Robert's part. Like, you don't just take off with somebody in tow. It's not really cool. That's over to Robert, who's driving intently. He looks tired, as he always does. There's something a bit more there that I just can't place. Are you okay?
Silence.
Oh.
Just fucking peachy. Stop looking so nervous. I'm not gonna kill you, probably.
I'm not nervous. I always wet myself when I'm in a strange man's pickup truck going onto the highway. I'm a little bit nervous. It's my first time for a murder, you know.
Oh.
Just hang on, we're almost there.
Almost where? I have no idea where we are. I think we're moving at a slight incline, but I'm not so sure. We eventually come to a stop. Robert gets out of the car and I sit for a second. Unsure if he wants me to get out too.
What are you waiting for? God damn it, Jay, what's wrong with you?
I don't know where I am and I'm scared. I hastily exit the car. Robert sits at the bed of his truck and pats the space next to him. We could have done this anywhere, Robert. Anywhere. Actually, no, that's a good view. That's a good view, but you could have told us where we were going. I sit down and take in the view. We're on a hill overlooking the city skyline against the bay. The cool night air rustles some trees near us, as lights blink off in the distance. Off to the side, I can see the entrance to a dense forest. Man, it's all so gorgeous. You know what? I kind of wish there was a function in chat where we could start making bets about is Jay going to die tonight? Because I kind of think he might be.
This is where I come to masturbate.
It's funny because it has the word "come" in it. What?
I'm kidding. What's wrong with you? I masturbate everywhere.
Oh.
This is my little spot where I come to think.
It's nice. You could have told me we were going to your thinking spot, but instead you chose to be terrifying, and I respect that.
You can see the whole city from up here. Really gives you some perspective.
Roy reaches behind him and pulls something out from under his jacket. It glints in the moonlight, and I suddenly realize what it is. Oh shit, that's a knife. Oh my god, I am gonna die. Oh! Oh! So have I told you lately that I love you? Please don't stab me, please don't stab me, please don't stab me. I've been on dates like that. I've been on dates where it's all about, please don't stab me. Robert reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small piece of wood. Please don't stab me with that either. Are you a vampire hunter? Are you hunting Damien? Is that what's happening here? Are you like making a steak?
Hey.
Or takes the knife to the piece of wood and starts carving at it. Oh. I breathe a very audible sigh of relief as Robert looks at me sideways.
Did you think I was gonna stab you just now? Please. If I was gonna stab you, you'd never see it coming.
What? No, the thought hadn't crossed my mind. It's completely incidental that I'm sitting in a pool of urine.
Hate to break it to you, but I did, in fact, bring you out here to harvest your organs.
I think you're joking, but you look serious enough that I don't want to take that chance. I'm gonna play along. Yeah, well, you think you caught me in your trap, but I knew. For years, I've been putting the most vile junk food into my body in preparation for this day. Come at me, friend, and reap what you will.
Hey.
2 steps ahead of you at all times. That's how I operate. Haha. Oh, eggplants. Robert loves us, is what we're getting at. Getting all of those eggplants.
Ha. Nothing gets past you, huh?
Reaches into his pocket and pulls out a folding knife that he opens and hands to me.
Huh.
Here, harvest my organs. That's my fetish. I'm gonna warn you. Last guy I had a knife fight with lost 3 fingers because he didn't know the 8 basic rules of knife fighting. You're familiar, correct?
Hi! I honestly can't tell when you're kidding. Like, please, just a little bit of emotion or the audio cues of sarcasm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so many levels of irony deep, I've forgotten what humor is.
God, Robert, you've lost me. You've lost me by trying too hard to be terrifying. I no longer have an erection for you. He and I laugh.
Have you ever whittled before?
Considering I'm not a grandpa, no. At least I don't think I'm a grandpa. Amanda's been going out a lot lately.
Oh.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I just thought you would have a block of wood shipped to you along with your first Social Security check.
Oh.
Jay, I'll have you know that whittling is a time-honored tradition, enjoyed by both young and old alike. That you're dismissing it before you even tried it speaks volumes about your character.
Huh.
However, because I've gotten to know you for some time, and have come to think of us as friends, I'm willing to attribute it to ignorance instead of malice.
Oh.
What I'm trying to say is, go get that stick. Go get the stick, boy. Go get it. Go get the stick.
Robert motions to a good-looking stick on the ground, perfect for potential whittling. I think. I've never done this before. I pick it up.
Huh.
The most important thing to remember while whittling is to cut with the grain, not against it. If you cut against the grain, the wood's gonna splinter.
Okay, game, listen. This is a game about boning dads. I don't need instructions on working wood. Wait. Okay, I see what you did there. It's fine. Isn't the most important thing safety?
Shut your face about safety.
Uh,
No. Getting hurt comes with the territory. Look at my goddamn hands. Look at them!
I look at his damn hands. They're calloused and covered with little white scars. They're very nice hands. I would like them wrapped around my throat.
huh.
You can't make a stick omelet without breaking a few hand eggs.
I like that. Hand eggs.
Knife that
wood. Oh, Jesus. Okay, we're gonna open up our knife. And we are knifing that wood. I'm making a stabbing pencil. What is it? It's a sharp stick.
Careful, don't poke yourself with that. Poke yourself with this.
I made a sharp stick. Okay, got this, and we're knifing it, and we're knifing it, and we're knifing it.
Tell me about this one.
Flatworm.
Gross.
I made a flatworm. Okay. This minigame's weird, guys. This minigame is really weird. Knifing that wood. I made a toothpick.
What's the story here?
This is something to make me look tougher.
It's working. I think you can take me in a fight. Probably. Maybe. Shoot your face.
I made tough guy accessory. Oh my god, is there more? Okay.
What's this?
I kind of want it to be a hand egg, to be honest.
Hey, now you need to do is carve up a board and we're set. Also maybe carve a ghost.
I think it's a skipping stone. That's what I'd use it for. Please, no more! You've made your point, game. You can throw mini games at me.
Nice form. What's it supposed to be?
It's a self-portrait.
Spitting image of you.
I made a masterpiece. This is taking too long.
Interesting. What do we have here?
It's a left-handed chopstick.
It's a stick.
I made a lefty chopstick, and don't you forget it. Oh, this is big. This is big wood. We're in big wood territory, guys. Eh.
If you keep this up, you'll be a whittling pro in no time.
Do they have professional whittlers? It's my new friend.
He's beautiful. I'm happy for you. Not jealous at all.
Oh, is it supposed to go that way? I thought it was a ghost waving at people. We're whittling. Jay, I just want you to remember that you could have been at home watching Paranormal Ice Road Truckers. Actually, that's quite good.
Beautiful handiwork. What do you call it?
Big old dog, Spirit of a Mustang, Sir Horsington the Brave.
A brave and noble name for a brave and noble creature.
Yes. Yes, and please, please tell my daughter about him. Beautiful gift for Amanda. Yes. Sir Horsington. Okay, we're done with whittling.
Oh.
Robert and I sit in silence for a while, carving our pieces of wood. I think I'm getting the hang of this. It's actually really relaxing. Glance over to see he's carving a smaller, more wooden knife. Ah! While I'm distracted, the knife slices into my thumb, blush gusses all over my wooden carving. Robert is lost in carving and doesn't notice me bleeding everywhere. Ah! Still doesn't notice. Robert, I'm dying. Tell my daughter I love her. I'm bleeding to death. Look at me.
Huh.
Robert finally looks over.
Hey.
He reaches into his jacket again, and Jesus, how much stuff does this guy keep in there? And pulls out a red bandana. He wraps it around my thumb.
Hold tight.
Hops off the truck. I can hear him rummaging around in his car. Comes back a moment later with a well-stocked first aid kit. Robert carefully wipes all the blood off my hand and swipes a bit of antiseptic into the cut. With surprising gentleness, he places a bit of gauze on the wound and wraps it all up.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. My thumb should remain attached. Actually, you gotta be really careful with your fingers getting cuts on them because there's tiny little tendons. Tiny little tendons. And if you cut one of those, you can't move your finger. He hands me what's left of the tube of antiseptic.
Make sure to keep that cut clean.
It's oddly touching, and I'm aroused. Why am I aroused by... Oh god, it is. It is a little bit sexy. He's being all caring and doting. And cutting me. I guess I'm a real whittler now.
Oh.
That you are. Be careful, though. They're attracted to the smell of blood.
Wait, what? What's attracted to the smell of blood?
Huh.
Cryptids. Tons of them out here, you know.
Cryptids like Mothman and stuff?
Hmm?
Mothman is bullshit, but yeah, this town's a hotbed for cryptozoological occurrences.
You're joking!
Hmm.
Oh, how I wish I were. I'm a skeptic myself. At least I thought I was. There are things in these woods we couldn't possibly comprehend.
Think about my entire time in this city. Aside from the occasional stray coyote, I don't think it's too bad.
Hmm.
You ever heard of the Dover ghost?
I don't think so. Also, shouldn't it be in Dover, which I hear tell has white cliffs?
There.
Well, let me tell you a story. Occasionally, bluebirds go over those white cliffs.
See, that's a song that's really big in the UK like 60 years ago. Yeah, don't worry, it was funny. That was a funny joke. Don't judge me.
I was out in the woods here on a weekend camping trip with Betsy. You don't know Betsy, but she's a big pup. Pit bull, real intimidating. I feel safe around her. First night goes without incident. I get some solitude. Betsy gets to pee wherever she wants. All good stuff.
Hmm.
Second day, I get the idea into my head that I can hike deeper into the woods. Probably against my better judgment, but hey, we're just having a fun camping trip, right? So me and Betsy start marching in the morning.
Uh-huh.
It gets a little late, and we set up camp. But it's different this night. Real quiet. I can't hear the birds, the crickets, squirrels, nothing. Dead silent.
Dead silent. If I ever do a horror movie, if I ever write a horror movie or anything like that, that's what it's going to be. And it's going to be a silent film. I've just decided that just now.
Then it happens. I hear the most unholy growl I've ever heard in my life, right outside my tent. Me and Betsy, we go to investigate. We look around the clearing. Nobody's there. But there's this feeling, not sure if I can quite describe it. I know someone, something is watching us. Betsy, though, she's scared. Never seen her like that. And when she's scared, I know I should be too. And then I see it. In the distance. A man. But if something that didn't know what a man was supposed to look like just made it, it looked wrong. Big, arms too long for its body, black eyes, just stood there and stared at me. Then it disappears. Hear one yelp from Betsy and I turn around and check on her, but she's gone into thin air. I didn't sleep at all in my tent that night, and I don't think I've slept right since.
Jesus Christ, Robert! That's terrible. Wow, Robert, I've peed a little bit.
Hey.
I'm so sorry.
They say that if you listen closely on quiet nights, nights just like tonight, you can hear the howl of the Dover ghost.
Arroo! Arroo! A howl resonates through the woods. It doesn't sound like a regular howl, it's so guttural. Even far away, something about it makes my skin crawl. Okay, Robert, real funny. I turn to look at Robert. He's white as a sheet. Oh, shit. You're messing with me, right?
Huh?
I'm messing with you up until literally just now. Totally made that camping story up.
I strain my eyes to scan the forest line, trying to see where the howl originated from. Off in the distance, I see something. It's so far away, I barely make out its shape. It looks human, but it's dragging something. Do you see that?
Huh.
We should, maybe go? Yeah, let's get the hell out of here.
Uh-huh.
Robert and I slowly back away and get into the truck. He turns off his headlights and we make a slow crawl away, back onto the road. I'm too scared to look back. That's a really weird... This is a weird night. This is a weird date. What was that?
Whoa, whoa.
The Dover ghost, I guess. I don't know. I haven't stopped crying since we got in the car.
I chuckle nervously. This time he doesn't seem like he's messing with me. Or maybe someone illegally dumping garbage on a wildlife preserve.
Yeah, that's the story we'll tell ourselves.
Whoa, whoa.
We sit in silence for a little while longer, the fear of whatever that was slowly subsiding as we get closer to the city. So, funny story about fear. One time, my father and I were out fishing when I was very young, back when I still went fishing. And, you know, sitting on a boat in the middle of a lake, we're sitting there fishing, and all of a sudden, off towards the shore, we just hear this splash. And we're like, oh, what was that? Sounds like something big hit the water really, really hard. And then we just see these air bubbles coming towards us, just bloop, 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 just kind of coming up to the surface, slowly making their way towards us. And I'm like, you know, I'm like 12. I've got a really vivid imagination. I'm like, it's a dinosaur. It's got to be a dinosaur. We're all going to die. And my dad's like, okay, I don't know what this is. This is really, really strange. I genuinely don't know what. And he starts getting a little bit freaked out. And you know, when your dad's getting freaked out, you start getting freaked out. Like, they just go hand in hand. And then the bubbles just kind of pass underneath the boat, and they go out the other side. And by this time, we're just like, maybe we should get out of here, maybe we should go. But my dad's like, no, I'm gonna be the adult here. There's nothing to be afraid of, all that kind of stuff. But I'm like genuinely like upset because I was a big scaredy cat. And then like a couple minutes later, we just see this beaver get out of the water on the shore. And we have a laugh about how terrified we were. And now both my father and I, if we want to make each other laugh, we just talk about the beaver in the woods. And everybody thinks we're talking about vaginas.
Hey.
Thanks for coming out. This is fun. I enjoy fear.
I don't know.
I'm sorry I haven't been in touch. I've just been in a way lately. Had to get out of the house. I had to be around somebody.
You doing okay, man?
Huh.
Robert thinks for a second and lights another cigarette. You know that's bad for you, right?
I been doing a lot of thinking.
He takes a long drag.
Oh.
As I get older, I feel more and more that I'm just drowning in the sea of regret.
Oh, the Sea of Regrets. God, I've been there a couple times. But they have a really good shoreline of self-doubt.
I was so busy chasing after these things that I thought would make me happy. I didn't think about anyone else. All I cared about was myself. I didn't even think.
Oh.
Robert stops. I wait for him to finish his thought, but he just stares at the road.
Maybe I'm just built like this.
Like, what, a selfish dick?
Maybe I do it to myself. Maybe it's my own choice that I'm unhappy as I am.
I try to think of something to say. I remember all the times in my life when I've been sad. There's a great many of them. But there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Something I held on to that kept me going.
Oh.
There's something so resigned about the way Robert's talking. Okay, you're really bringing me down, dude. You know, this is the most appropriate thing to say. When somebody opens up to you, even if you don't know what to say, it's always okay to just go, you know what, I'm glad you've told me that. I don't know how to help you, but I appreciate that you trusted me enough to talk to me about it. It must have taken a lot for you to want to tell somebody this. Especially somebody like me who's just, look at me. Look at how strange I look. You're a mysterious guy, Robert. But you don't have to be. You can open yourself up to me both emotionally and physically.
Do you ever
Oh.
wish you were a better father?
Fuck no, I'm a great father. I made pie today. All the time. You can read all the parenting books you want, but nothing will ever prepare you for raising a child. There's so much stuff I regret or wish that I could have done better. But I don't think I have the answers. I don't know if anyone does. I mean, there's the problem of the fact that, like, you know, I have a daughter, and I'm not sure if you do. You haven't mentioned children yet, and maybe this is how you open up about children.
There.
Okay, you're about to see a light come on, and there, you can see me again. Sorry, my wife is a little bit camera shy, and she literally just crawled out of the room, and it was hilarious.
It's funny. I look at you and your relationship with your daughter, and it seems perfect.
It isn't. I sometimes have to hit her so hard.
At least you're there for her.
Stare out of the window at a blur of passing trees. So Robert is a deadbeat dad. That's where this is going. I just hope I'm a better father to my kid than my dad was to me. Yeah, that makes sense. I'd like to be a better parent than my parents were.
What did your dad do?
It's more about what he didn't do. He was quiet, stoic. Don't think he ever once told me that he loved me. He cared more about his work than he ever did about me or my mom. Yeah, I feel that.
Do you hate him?
No, I used to, but after I became a parent, I just kind of feel bad for him. He missed out on my whole childhood. I mean, I was a great kid. When I think of all the happiest moments of my life, they're all with Amanda and Alex. And he just wasn't there. It hurt like hell when I had to leave him to die in that Belarusian prison. Huh. So we're learning more?
Whoa.
What?
I turn and smile at him. No, he's retired in Florida with my mom. We go there every Christmas. Yeah, I agree, Kiss and Run. It is great topics that Jay brings on every date. It's basically, Jay doesn't go on a date with small talk. He basically goes on a date and says, I want to know everything about you, and I want you to know everything about me, and I'm going to make this weird. Hey, eggplants! Ooh. We both break out into laughter. He pats me on the shoulder. We drive the rest of the way in silence, listening to the radio and watching the bright lights of the city grow. How you doing, Kiss and Run? Good to see you again. Robert drops me off at my place. As I'm about to close the passenger door, I realize that I still have Robert's pocket knife in my jacket. I pull it back. I pull it back out and stab him. No, I offer it to him. Safely.
You hold on to that. Never know when you might need to do some whittling.
Night, Robert. Have a safe drive home. Please don't stab anyone. Robert smirks, then pulls away. I was going to say he pulls out. He then immediately pulls into his driveway, which is one over from mine. He gets out and waves. That was ridiculous. I tiptoe in the house, careful not to wake Amanda up. Just sneaky, sneaky. God. Ugh. Am I very late on the stream? How many dates with Robert you missed? How are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just really busy with work lately. We're about, I don't know how long we are on the stream. Maybe about half an hour or so. So not too late. This is our second date with Robert. So if you saw the first one, which was us breaking into a movie theater, I'm shaking a little. Then you've seen both the dates with Robert. So you should be okay. Sorry, my wife just came in and she's, again, very camera shy. She's like, oh, I hope you haven't seen me. I don't know why I gave her the Jaye voice. But no, good to see you again, man. I tiptoe in the house. Careful not to wake Amanda up. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky Jaye. Whoa, where'd you come from? I look around and spot Amanda coming out of the kitchen with a glass of water. It's actually vodka. I thought you were sleeping. Oh, Robert woke me up to go cryptid hunting.
Yeah.
You know the Mothman is bullshit, right? You watch your language, young lady. I am still your father. Also, yeah, he's fucking bullshit. But that Dover ghost. Amanda, you know what? It's fine. It's 3 a.m. and you know what? You're a senior in high school. Remember the first time I said fuck to my mother? Oh, that was a fun discussion. She was not very happy with me. Think about the conversation I had with Robert in the car as Amanda starts walking to her room. Hey, Amanda! She stops. I love you! Oh, I do love Amanda. She's great. It's weird when you say it outright and sincerely like that, but I love you too. Oh, we're good parents. Night. I chuckled to myself, then finally decided to go to bed. Always carry a pocket knife. Date complete. Food channel, fuck you. Goofy, crime, whiskey, whittling, cryptids. How'd we do? S ranking! We've done it. We've done it, guys. We got an S rank. I think we got an S ranking with our previous date with him.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Okay, so we've had 2 dates with Robert. We've had 2 dates with Matt and Craig. 1 date with Brian, 1 date with Damien. Now, we could go on a date with Hugo or Joseph. I can't decide. Or we could go on a second date with these guys. I don't know which I'd rather do. The problem is, I still haven't quite figured out a voice for Hugo, so if we go on a date with Mr. Vega, he's just gonna be him with a Russian accent. So we'll go Damien, so I can actually do it my Russian accent. It'll be fine, and I'll try to work on my Spanish accent. The problem I have is the only Spanish or Latino person I know really well is probably whiter than I am. He's like, despite the fact that his last name's Echeverria, he's so white. It's painfully white. Let's go hang out with Damien Bloodmarch. Hopefully I won't break one of his gargoyles again. I had a lot of fun hanging out with Damien the other day. Wonder what he's up to. Open up Dad Book and start writing him a message when Amanda walks in the door. Dad, you got a letter. Oh boy, is it from Grandma? She always sends the best money. No, it's from Damien. He lives across the street and he sent me a letter. Whoa, Can I see it? And it hands me a piece of old parchment folded into an envelope and sealed with purple wax. Damn, this dude goes all out. Oh, Damien, we will get you kicking and screaming into that 21st century eventually. Press the seal and unfold the letter. It's the most beautiful calligraphy I've ever seen. Dearest Jaye, I hope you find my continued correspondence endearing, rather than trying. One can only hope that my use of the slower, more traditional form of communication will showcase my sincere and earnest sentiment that I greatly enjoyed our time together. My wife is laughing at my accent. Listen, you know, waifu prime. My accent is hilarious. That's what people don't come here for the game, they come here for the silly voices. I write this hastily worded and this hastily under the warm embrace of excitement, fearful that I may misstep, and speak towards something unwelcome. For now, I hope that you might forgive my boldness. I will simply say that your company has greatly occupied my thoughts. While the afternoon may have been derailed by forces unforeseen, your companionship helped a great deal, not only in the discipline of my child, but in the morale of my spirit, and for that I thank you. That said, Jay, if you'll allow me, it would mean the world to me if I could enjoy more of your time. Perhaps a trip to the cinema followed by a moonlit stroll would be to your taste. I eagerly await your response. With great respect, D. Bloodmarch. Okay, dude, you've made trying too hard an art form. Amanda and I both look up from the letter. Wow. He's good! Like, that is some really crazy stuff. So you gonna catch that movie with him? Hells yeah! Hopefully he doesn't drink my blood later. Yeah, I better message him on Dadbook and let him know. I'm not gonna write him a letter, that sounds stupid. Slaps the laptop shut. You have to write him back. A real letter. No, my handwriting's so bad. What? My handwriting looks like two toddlers fighting over a crayon. Wow. I'm not convinced they didn't base Jay on me. Because my handwriting, it looks like somebody's written with their feet.
Hey.
Dad, you have to. He wrote you a letter. That's so cool! No, it's not. No, letters are outdated. That's why the postal system is dying. Will you help me? I need to class this up! Father, I was made for this. Here's what you do. Find tickets to a show that you two will like, and enclose them in the letter. Oh, that's classy! That is classy shit! And then I hop onto my laptop and peruse showtimes, rather. He doesn't seem like the romantic comedy kind of guy.
Hey.
Oh, here's one. Vampire Crusade 2! The Re-Crusading! Evil never dies. Bleh. I don't know, that sounds kind of stupid. Actually, it's a critically acclaimed exploration of the ennui of existence. Whatever. I don't pronounce things well. It really turns the vampire trope on its head. Really? Nah, that's just... there's lots of blood and vampire titties. Vampire titties! So, for my bachelor party, I was in Las Vegas, and there's a show there called Zombie Burlesque, which is not a bad show. But for my bachelor party, the guy, my two best men, took me to it, and the whole time I just kept shouting zombie titties. Over and over with the zombie titties. Which is fun. And then later that week, I took my wife to it, and she enjoyed it. Zombie titties! Well, let's roll the dice! I purchase the tickets and print them out. Then sit down at the table with Amanda to try drafting a nice letter. I start writing. Damien! Damien! I do hope this letter finds you in good health.
Huh.
Yep, good, yeah. What's next? Hey, remember when your son tried to cask of a Montadillo? That kid. You've been good. I must confess of my amateur control of the written word. Have some faith in yourself. Listen, there was no good options there. Okay, we're trucking along. Let him know how you're feeling. You find me in good spirits, for I felt very much the same after our last encounter. I did very much enjoy the adventure we found ourselves in when last we met. That Ernest shit was pretty messed up, yo. I think this. Let's not talk about the adventure, we'll just allude to it and pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Ask him to hang out already. True art takes time, Amanda. You can't rush this. While a strange turn of events, I found myself enamored of the situation at hand. Like Bruegel's landscape of the fall with the fall of Icarus, I find myself lost in your details. Let me get at that. Let me smash. I think this one. Bring it home, Pops. We're gonna do this. Let me take you out. I got 2 tickets to the movies. I would very much enjoy your company. Accompanying me to the cinema. It would bring me great pleasure to escort you to the cinema. Smooth. Calling it the cinema is a classy move. Goddamn right it is. Close, you'll find 2 tickets to Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies, which I'm sure you will both find titillating and enjoyable. Hard daps. Namaste. Namaste, apparently. Thank you. Off screen. We're gonna go namaste. My full name. Fancier that way. Jaye Hawk. I want like a plume of smoke to rise as I say that. My sloppy handwriting? This is still better than my handwriting. I do hope that this letter finds you in good health, I must confess. Yep. Why did I say, which I'm sure you will both find both titillating and... Oh! You will find both titillating. Okay, I understand. Yeah. But that is some good handwriting, Jay. Well done. You spelled his name wrong. Now you have to start over. What? Nah, just trying to keep you on your toes. Fuck you, Amanda! I almost cried. I have to just seal it and put it in his mailbox. Giggity. Can I seal it with tape? That's not authentic enough. I have an idea. I'll be right back. Amanda leaves the room and returns with a candle, a lighter, and a small piece of wood. You gotta have a wax seal. She lights the candle, which starts to burn down and form a pool of melted wax. What's that other thing? I'm gonna pour some of the wax onto the folded letter and expertly presses a small piece of wood into it. So it's dry for a second and pulls the wood away, revealing... Here it is! Here it is, your sigil. A little kitten with a bow on its head. Fucking awesome. Could it not have been like a hawk with a bow on its head? Scrap picking stuff always comes in the clutch. Well, I guess that's all there is to do, is to deliver it to his doorstep now. Oh, I thought we were getting a carrier pigeon to do it. Do you see any carrier? I'm not made of carrier pigeons, Amanda. I'm sending you to university. I already called my guy. Well, uncall him. I'm a pigeon guy. Marcus has the good pigeons. Why can I never tell if people are joking in this game? Don't get your pigeons up from Anthony. They're no good. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe this is all slang for drugs. I don't want to know if any of this is true. But if you can get me some weed, some actual weed, I will be forever in your debt. I head outside and walk over to Damien's house. I slip the letter into the slot in his door and go back home. Mission accomplished. Now we've played the waiting game. The night finally rolls around when we're supposed to meet with Damien. The next day, he had another beautifully crafted letter thanking me for mine, agreeing to the evening, and that helps me pick out a nice outfit. And I show up to the theater a little bit early. It's a chilly night, and the theater is kind of crowded, but it's still nice. No, it's not. Crowded theaters are awful. How do you do? I jump at the sound of his voice. Turn around to see Was that a thunderclap? Did he bring the thunder? You almost gave me a heart attack. How long were you there?
Ah!
I don't know. I just walked up. My apologies for frightening you now. Was that thunder? Is it gonna... Oh wow, they're actually gonna acknowledge the sound effects. I didn't hear anything. What? No, there was definitely thunder.
Huh.
Bleh.
Oh my.
What? Regardless, the hour goes close. So Damien is vampire, or is he just crazy? He's apparently like really into his Victorian goth scene. I don't think he's an actual vampire because I've seen him out during the day, but he might be one of those daypires. I don't trust him. Either way, he is not good at the whole modern era thing. But yeah, he's weird.
Uh-huh.
Shall we take our seats in the cinema? I must thank you again for purchasing our tickets.
Oh.
Please, allow me to repay the deed in Sour Patch Kids, or perhaps Milk Duds. Yeah, sure. I'll take some Sour Patch Kids. Those things are great. Let's do it! We get in line to buy snacks. As we're waiting, I hear a familiar voice behind us. Ugh, my dad's here. I turn around to find Lucian. That motherfucking Lucian. In case you didn't see last time, we had a date with Damien. Lucian tried to put Hugo's son behind a wall by bricking it up, by telling him that there was wine in there, a la Edgar Allan Poe in The Cask of Amontillado, which is a great short story, one of my favorite Poe stories. It's no supernatural effects. It's literally just one man's madness from revenge. But that's the last time we saw him. And then after that, I went on a date with Matt, and Lucian sold me some weed that was not weed. It was oregano. The bastard.
Oh.
Lucian, how nice to see you. I didn't know you were coming to the theater. I'm glad to see you spending some quality time with your friends. Whatever, Dad. And what movie will you be attending tonight? My friends are making me see some kids' movie about talking animals. I don't really care about it.
Uh-huh.
Well, I do hope you enjoy your evening. We'll be watching Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies.
Ha!
You watching that? Yeah, I thought Damien would enjoy it. Ha! Good luck with that, Dad. Lucian rejoins his father, and I look over to Damien. Good luck with what? It's nothing. My son loves to tease. We wait in line for a little longer, and Damien buys us snacks. Aww. To be fair, that's not a bad system. Buy your tickets together. You can get your seats together and all that. Especially if you're in the UK or in Europe, where you have to assign seating at the theaters, and somebody else can buy snacks. It all works out. Because snacks are usually about as much as tickets. He seems a little nervous. I wonder what's wrong.
Huh.
Did we pick a movie that he's going to be afraid of? Does he actually not like horror? Damien and I take our seats and settle in for the previews. Glancing at him, I can see that he's sweating profusely and gripping his armrest. Is everything okay? Hey, we got some hearts. I wonder if we could have gotten some eggplant, though. But I think we're okay. Everything is perfectly fine.
Huh.
I'm so, excited for this film. I'm a devoted patron of the arts, especially the scary arts. The scarier the art, the better. Do you have a favorite horror movie? Of course I have a favorite horror movie. Mine is Halloween Town. Terrifying. What? Oh, interesting.
Huh.
That's odd. I don't seem to remember Halloween Town being that scary. Expected him to bring up something strange foreign horror film that I'd never heard of. Damien's knuckles are turning white. Looks like he's about to rip their armrest off with his vampire strength. Wait a second. Damien, are you afraid of horror movies?
Ah!
You must be joking. I love horror movies. Look at me. I'm a fucking goth. The lights dim for the film. Damien reaches out to grab my hand. Unfortunately, that's not my hand.
Ah!
Damien screams. This is great. Bleh! I apologize. I was thinking about something far scarier than this movie, which is not scary at all. It hasn't started yet. We settle in as the film starts. I offer Damien some licorice and he takes one. I take note of how much his hands are shaking. Oh, this is so good. This is actually brilliant. It's not a completely out of left field like where they could have gone with this guy, but it's really well done. Bloody Letters, Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies.
Huh.
A pale man with long silver hair, glittering red eyes, and well-oiled abs sits up in a coffin. Awake, my coven. Two more vampires slide the tops of their stone coffins onto the floor. Brother, is it time? Yes, husband. And also mortal enemy, it is time. Three look at each other and then to the camera. For the Vampire Crusade. Okay, I've seen worse horror movies than this so far. This rules. This is so cool. No, it's not. Yeah, still a better plot than Twilight. The trio of vampires flies off into the night as foreboding organ music plays in the distance. Actually, have you guys seen the new Castlevania anime? I still haven't seen it, but I hear really good things about it, and I kind of feel like rather than watching this, they should be watching that. Because although I'm not a huge fan of Castlevania, I am a big fan of anime and video games, so the two together just fit into this nice, warm, fuzzy part of my life. Somehow I get lost in the movie. As dumb as it sounded, it's actually a pretty fun flick.
Ah!
We get to a tense moment in the movie where Romulus Trueblood sits at a truce meeting with the general of the human army, whose wife Romulus has fallen in love with. Romulus, it's good to finally meet you. General, I agree. It's good to finally blood you.
What?
Oh no! Ugh! Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal! Blood spatters everything, including the camera. Damien screams again, reflexively grasping my hand. I immediately blush, forgetting about any vampires or blood or vampiric blood. No, listen, when somebody grabs your hand in the cinema, it's not a, oh, this is so sexy. This is a, oh, this person is touching me. Do I need an adult?
What?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I meant to grab your cock. Damien retracts his hand and places it back in his lap.
Huh.
I was writing a novel in my head about blood magic, and I got into an extremely scary section. Damien goes back to quietly stressing out over the movie. It's kind of cute that he won't admit he's afraid of it. And it's kind of a dick move by me for not saying, do you want to go somewhere else? I wish he would hold my hand again. Oh, no I don't. No, I think my heart belongs to Craig in this game. Maybe I could do something to try to make him feel more comfortable. Oi oi. I've got it. Do it all dads do best. Talk during the movie. Point out a plot hole. Did you notice how that guard fired 7 bullets, but his gun only holds 6 bullets? Yes, that is absolutely unforgivable from a filmmaking standpoint. It's almost unwatchable. It's funny how much easier. It's funny how it's so much easier to point out tiny mistakes in the work of others than it is to actually go create your own thing, huh? Do you think that maybe that's the creators talking to us right now? Do you think that's what's happening? I think it might be. Hey, look! That's an anachronism! The rest of the movie goes by relatively smoothly, with only a few whimpers from Damien. Maybe he would have liked the romantic comedy better. No, nobody likes romantic comedies. My wife is holding her hand up, but because she's not on camera, her opinion doesn't matter. We get to the final scene where Romulus Badblood and the General's wife embrace each other in his crypt. appears that the true Vampire Crusade was the Vampire Crusade in our hearts. Our cold, unbeating hearts. Ramos and the General's wife begin making out. Hard.
Oh my.
The film fades to black and the end. The end appears on the screen, but then it hard cuts to Demetrius and his rival lover, Carmela, who watch the two from afar. Oh no, twist ending! But mine must be has been pure for 1,000 years. Romulus has betrayed us by loving a human woman. It will only be a short time before the next Vampire Crusade 3. Evil must die again. More thunder, more ominous organs. The movie fades out again, and a bloody question mark now accompanies the end. Yeah, you know what? I've seen a lot of horror movies like that. Like, they've pretty much got that spot on. Damien and I walk out of the movie theater amidst throngs of chattering moviegoers. He's a little more pale than I remember. How can you tell? But otherwise, he survived the encounter. He even seems kind of invigorated. What an interesting film. While the premise admittedly struck me as pedestrian, I was intrigued by its harrowing love story and great attention to the detail in regards to vampiric lore. Yeah, it was pretty good. A lot more vampire titties than I thought there would be. Yep.
Oh.
Come, the night is young. Let us take a stroll.
Ah.
Damien is making a point of not telling me where he's taking me. Why do people keep doing that? Still, I'm enjoying the walk and the cool night air. Being alone here with Damien is a lot better than being in a crowded movie theater. Lovely night, isn't it? As lovely as the company, yes. Dot dot dot. He thinks I'm lovely. He likes me. He really likes me. Damn, okay, here comes the smooth response. I think a thank you's in order. No problem. Oh, we just got the hearts, we didn't get eggplants. Nailed it. People stand there feeling a little awkward. I'm sure one smooth operator. Maybe he saw blood on screen and got hungry. Maybe he wasn't afraid at all. That's very true. Maybe that was just like awakening the hunger within him. I must have their blood. The vampire titty blood. Are you getting a little hungry? Maybe we could stop off and grab a bite to eat. No, I have something to eat right here. Grabs my neck, kills me. End of game. Worry not, my friend. I have a plan. We turn the corner and greeted by the gates of a cemetery. Oh boy. Are we going in there? A little bit of Victorian flavor, Jack. Trust me. I'm a bit nervous, but Damien hasn't led me wrong yet. I follow his lead. As we walk into the cemetery, statues of angels stare down at us as we follow through a path. Follow a path through the faded tombstones. Is this like just some 80s-tastic new wave love song? It's gonna be, and I had the time of my life. As we crest a small hill, we get a beautiful view of the city. The night lights sparkle around us. I gotta hand it to him. Being in a cemetery, this is strangely romantic. No, it's not. Never take a date to a cemetery, guys. Never do it. Picnicking in graveyards is an old Victorian tradition. An appropriate finish to an evening after a vampire movie, wouldn't you say? With a flourish, Damien produces a blanket and a picnic basket. From where? Wait, where were you hiding that? Under my cloak. Oh, right. I totally believe you. Damon unfolds a blanket and we both sit down, gazing out at the city lights. Here's a bottle of red wine and a selection of fine cheeses.
Oh.
In the Victorian era, there were no public art galleries, parks, or botanical gardens to speak of. Once rural graveyards became a more popular alternative to church burials. They became the only place that people could see a beautiful plant life and fine sculptures. That makes sense. This is pretty nice. I have a question though. How are you so okay with being a graveyard, but you have trouble handling a scary movie? I wasn't. He sighs deeply. Okay, yes, I was extremely scared by that movie. I was not writing a book about blood magic in my head. To be fair, being a writer, anytime I'm in a movie theater, I'm either picking out the flaws of it in my head and going, they're setting up for this to happen later in the movie. Or, I'm sitting there going, do I need to fix that plot hole in my novel? I've never been good at those. I feel as if, because of how I look and that, people expect me to love horror films. So I must play the part. Truth be told, I don't know if I have the constitution for them at times. Damien, I'm so sorry. If I had known, I would have suggested another movie. It's quite alright. I actually did find myself enjoying this one. Thanks to your help.
Ah.
Graveyards, however, I think there's something beautiful about death. Cemeteries are traditionally built away from cities, away from the realm of the living, and it keeps us rather separate from it. To acknowledge death and become comfortable with it, I think it gives us a certain intimate knowledge of ourselves. To sit amongst the generations of those who came before us, to be truly alive in the midst of so much death, brings me great comfort. You're a weird guy there, Damien. A weird guy. Death helps me appreciate life, to savor every second. We sit and enjoy our food and wine. I don't feel scared anymore. Never thought I'd be comfortable sitting alone in the graveyard at night. But I actually feel very peaceful. In fact, if I were to die right now from a vampire sucking my blood out, I'd be okay with that.
Huh.
Suddenly, it doesn't seem like we're alone. Off in the distance, I see a shadowy figure in the trees. Wait! Is that?
Ah.
I'm not sure.
Huh.
It noticed us. I'm paralyzed with fear as it begins lumbering slowly towards us. It's taking a more animal form, more feral. I look to Damien for help, but he's just as afraid and transfixed as I am. I want to scream, but it's stuck in my throat. The creature's getting closer, moving faster.
Ah.
Woof!
Huh.
Oh. He's the dog. Oh my god, look at that French bulldog. Oh, I want it. This is not the same dog we've seen. You might be thinking of Maxwell, who is the corgi that belongs to... Oh, it's a Boston Terrier. I think it's a French bulldog, personally. Dumbest little Boston Terrier I've ever seen pulls its owner towards us. The dog trots over to Damien and sniffs at his hands. Damien looks ecstatic. He ruffles the dog's fur happily. What a beautiful dog! Hey! We both look up, not expecting to see... Thanks. Robert, what are you doing here on this lovely evening? Yes, what are you doing here? And I'm not cheating on you, I promise. Please don't knife me.
Oh?
Hunting cryptids.
Huh.
What? We just had a conversation about this, Jay. Come on.
Huh.
What?
Hmm.
I didn't know you had a dog.
Hey.
This is my dog.
Hmm.
I found her wandering the street. I put a leash on her. Now we're walking around the graveyard together.
Hmm.
Hunting cryptids. Damien and I share a look. May I give her a treat?
Hmm.
Sure. Wouldn't give her cheese, though.
Oh.
Not to worry. Damien reaches into the depths of his cloak and produces a small dog treat. What else is... Why does everybody have TARDISes for clothing in this game? Dog globs at the treat and crunches away, tail wagging furiously. Damien continues to smooth down her fur.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Oh.
An absolute pleasure. Damien shakes the dog's paw.
Uh.
Lovely to meet you, my friend. May our paths cross again. Robert and his dog disappear in the darkness again. Damien stares after them. I didn't know you liked dogs. Victorians love dogs, actually. Most Victorian women of high fashion would always be accompanied by a small dog, such as a terrier or a Maltese. I think big dogs are nice too. But my favorite are bears. Yeah, man, dogs are cool. I do believe we've had enough excitement for one night. What say we make our way home? Damien hops to his feet and extends a hand to help me up. I gladly take it, as my weak knees aren't what they used to be. How old am I? He packs up his picnic basket and leads us out of the graveyard. As we begin to walk home, I take one last look at the cemetery. It really is beautiful. Like a proper gentleman, Damien walks me to my doorstep. Aww. Thank you ever so kindly for your company tonight. Damien, it was my pleasure. Jay, if you'll allow me, it would be a great joy to offer you a token of my affection.
Oh.
He reaches into his cloak and pulls a folded, monogrammed handkerchief. He presses it into my hand. Oh my god. I think we're actually proper Victorian courting now. Whoa! Thank you, Damien! I will use this to dry my tears for those I've lost. I can't wait to sneeze on this. I'm gonna wave this at passing ships. I approve.
Huh.
Damien shuffles his feet. I just want to say that it's rare to find someone like you. Someone who's open to my eccentricities and specificities. It's nice to feel so accepted. Thank you. Damien gives my hand a quick squeeze. Oh no, I'm not gonna hit you. Not gonna hit that. Damien blushes and hastily retracts his hand. I must take my leave. Good night. Bleh! I can't believe they didn't do like a PNG of him just like holding the cloak in front of him. Huh! I unlock the door and step inside. Like a whirlwind, Amanda runs from the window and plops down on the couch, trying to look nonchalant. Hey, Dad! What's up? Were you watching me from the window? No, I was just, Okay, yes. How was the movie? Lots of vampire titties! Told you. Interestingly, I'm playing a gay man. I'm really focusing on those vampire titties. But, as it turns out, Damien is... Wait a minute, Emma doesn't need to know that? I'll keep that between me and Damien. Scary cool! Yep, he's so cool, it's scary, which is the epitome of what I just said. Nice save, Jay. Well done. You're our man. Did you know that graveyards used to be a place to throw parties? I think I'm misremembering. Yeah, it was more you just would hang out. But you know what? It's fine. You're learning, Jay. And you're dumb. So we'll let you off. Wow, that's pretty punk. It's pretty goddamn punk, actually. Also, we saw a dog. Definitely thought it was a werewolf for a minute, though. How can you be so sure it wasn't a werewolf? How can you be so sure I'm not a werewolf? And how can I be so sure you're not a werewolf? We live in constant fear, Amanda. We never know. And his eyes narrow. I don't trust you. Nor I you. Make intense, wary eye contact for a second. Anyway, I'm calling it for the night. Don't stay up too late, will ya? Try not to howl at the moon past midnight. That's my girl. Oh, how did we do? How did we do? Date complete. Positively Edwardian. So much blood. S ranking! Yes!
Between us.
We have
Hey.
all the options when it comes to the dads.
You got dads.
We do have dads. Oh, I think we have time for one more date. Who should it be? So we can't... Basically, if you go on a third date with anybody, that locks you in, and that's the end of the game. Now, I do want to try to get a couple, maybe one or two more streams out of this. So I'm not going to quite do that yet. So I think we go maybe with Brian. Brian, last time we played with him, last time we went on a date with him, we went mini golfing. And during mini golfing, we won. Team Hawk won. That's the important thing. Also, we hung out with him and he seemed like an okay guy. However, we did tell him that we are great fishermen and we are terrible at fishing. So we need to figure out how we're going to get out of that. So let's go on a date with Brian. Because as much as Brian's a massive tool, if I were a gay man, I'd hit that. I would definitely hit that. So let's go see if he will let us play with his pole. Hey, Daisy and I are going fishing tomorrow. Are you in or out? Oh no! I have been dreading this day. I accidentally boasted of my abilities as a fisherman to Brian, and now he's challenging me to another dad-off. I've been doing fishing research online, but I'm nowhere near close to being an expert. Still, I have to accept. You don't have to accept. You can just pretend you've never seen him, or you don't know him. I type back to Brian. Sounds great, man. Super excited to catch all those fish. And my lawn could use another good mowing. And my backyard could use some plowing. Do you see what I did there? That'll show him. My wife just gave me a look. Brian responds back, letting me know that tomorrow he'll pick us up at an hour I previously had forgotten existed. Is this one of those, oh, there's a 5 a.m., there's a 5 o'clock in the morning now? Man, this is going to be a rough start. Amanda! Comes the room from the kitchen, eating a cheese stick by biting it off piece by piece like some kind of monster. I didn't raise you like that. What? It's called string cheese and not chompy cheese for a reason, Amanda. Did you just call me here to criticize my controversial string cheese eating technique or what? No, Amanda. We have to go fishing tomorrow. You agreed to this. Well, you have to go fishing. I get to play with Brian's dog. That is actually exactly what I would do in this situation. How do I become a master of fishing overnight? You went fishing in the Girl Scouts, didn't you? Nope. My stint in the Scouts was brief and purely transactional. I thought I would get free cookies, but I didn't know I had to be, like, outside. And tie knots and stuff. Hey, listen, you never know when you'll need to be able to tie a good knot. Also, her pins occasionally switch sides. And it's been bugging me this whole time, because basically when she's facing the other direction, all they do is they just reverse the image file. But it puts the little stars on her right side rather than her left. Jaye is still unemployed, yes. He still doesn't have a job. I don't know what my ex-husband Alex did, but apparently part of what he did was leave us a substantial life insurance policy. But I have to beat Brian! Dad, let me tell you a story. Oh god, it's story time with Amanda! Remember last summer how I applied for a job at that coffee shop across town? Give me a refresher! During the interview, he asked me if I know how to work an espresso machine. I really wanted the job, so I lied, and I said yes. I see where this is going! On that first morning, there was a line at the door, and within half an hour, I severely burned my hand, and they told me to go home and never come back. I still have a scar from that. A scar on my hand, and on my psyche. Of course I remember! What does that have to do with fishing? The burn is a metaphor, Dad. What's a metaphor? I don't know. What is a metaphor? What do you use a metaphor? I don't get it. I don't get it! You can lead a horse to water, but you can't beat him to death. What do horses have to do with fish and burns? I'm confused, Amanda. I'm confused and angry. Dad, please. I don't get your obsession with competing against Brian. That's because you're not a dad. You wouldn't understand. It's a dad thing. See? See? They know. Please try explaining it to me. Okay, Brian's just... He just thinks that he's so much better than me, and he purposefully reminds me of that whenever he can. It's like he has to one-up me. I have to beat him at his own game, Amanda. I don't make the rules, I just play by them. I didn't choose the thug life. Is that what you think is happening here? No, Amanda. Okay, I know that's what's happening!
Dad!
Alright, Pops. We should both be getting some sleep. See you in the morning. Night, Panda! By the way, if you don't fish with me, I'm throwing you and the dog into the water. Brush my teeth and throw on some pajamas. I climb into bed, set my alarm, and close my eyes. Okay, sleep. And go. Is this going to be the part where I can't sleep? Oh God. I am wide awake. Can't help but think about the last time I went fishing. Hoping that there's something I can glean from it to give me an edge over Brian. I was about 9 years old. My dad woke me up one morning, told me to get dressed and meet him downstairs. It's the last time I saw him. It was still dark out. I had no idea what was going on. But before I knew it, we were both alone on a freezing cold lake. See? Fishing? Terrifying. I had to sit there for hours while it got hot and muggy. The air thick with bugs. I picked up mosquito bites while my dad sat in stony silence. Fishing pole in one hand and beer in the other. We didn't catch anything. It was the best memory I have of him. On the long drive home, my father bought me a pack of cigarettes. I didn't say a thing. That didn't help, and I think I have some repressed sadness about my father. I'll deal with that later. Yeah, I tell myself that all the time. You know what? You never do deal with it. You just push it on down. Push it on down and have nightmares about it. Use it for art. I'm sitting on a boat in the middle of a body of water. I can't see any land, but I know it's a lake. I can see land. It's right there. See? Land. Also, if you're on a lake and you can't see land, you're in like Ohio. You're like in the Great Lakes, because most lakes are not that big. Sitting on a boat in the middle of a body of water, but the water is placid and still. I'm holding a fishing pole. Okay, that's job one. Hold the fishing pole. I don't understand why, but it feels like my life depends on catching fish right now. I cast my lure into the water and wait, and wait, and wait. My whole being is filled with hopelessness as I watch the line disappear into the depths below. You used the wrong lure! Look up and see my father, just as he looked that one cold morning. Disapproving. I'm panicking now. I pull the lure up and try to grab a different one, but all the lures in the tackle box are the exact same. I look up to my father for guidance, but he's gone. I try casting again. I can't hold my footing. The boat tips over and I fall into the water. Sinking further and further, I see the multitudes of fish that had been lying just below the surface, all swimming around me as if to taunt me. Jesus Christ, Jay. He swims up to me. He has Brian's eyes. You gotta use neutral buoyancy lure if you're trying to catch trout, buddy. Jesus, that was a violent alarm clock. It's fishing day. That would explain the weird dream. Sorry, my wife just showed me a cosplay of a dog. The dog from it's Snowball from Rick and Morty. Where are my testicles, Summer? And yeah, Jay does have daddy issues. A lot of daddy issues. Frightening daddy issues. Riley slip on clothes and get ready. Spot Amanda's door half open and see her still curled up in a mountain of blankets. Walking over to bed, I give her a tiny kiss on the forehead. Fishing day, kiddo! You ready? No. No, God, no, Grandpa, I don't want to go fishing. Well, you gotta get up. I can't do this without you. You're my wingman. Also, stop sleeping in your clothes, for God's sake. The pulls her comforter over her head. Never. Amanda! I'll get up in a minute. Alright, Brian should be here in 20, so you better not just go back to sleep. In a wave at me, I leave her room and make myself some coffee and another cup with lots of cream and sugar for Amanda whenever she gets up. Amanda eventually wanders in and chugs her coffee while I do word jumbles. I hear the doorbell ring. That must be Brian. Still rubbing her eyes, we walk outside and see Brian. He's decked out in fishing gear. This is not fishing gear. Daisy's falling asleep next to him. Early bird gets the worm, buddy. You ready to fish? I was born ready. My eyes narrow in on Brian. It's a good day to die. Hop on in, guys. Let's get this fishing party started. I walk over to the driver's side door and open it. Woof woof. Brian's dog immediately hops in the driver's seat, wagging his tail furiously. Can I see your license, sir? Maxwell, let Jay sit. Maxwell hops into the back to cuddle with Daisy. Amanda settles in next to Maxwell and Daisy and immediately falls asleep. You ready for an adventure? I'm ready for glory. We are gonna do this! Sure to stay awake. As we drive to the outskirts of town, country music plays quietly from the radio as I watch the trees pass by. So where exactly are we headed? It's about an hour north of here. Little spot I've been going to since I was a kid. My dad used to take me there all the time. I don't think anybody else knows about it. I brought everything we need so we can catch some trout, have a nice little fire, and enjoy the nature. My fishing pole is in the shop. Getting it tuned up. Do you maybe have an extra one I could borrow? But of course, probably not as nice as it sounds like yours is, though. Right. I'm digging a hole here. That hole is being dug. I stare out at the forest lining the highway. The sun is just barely over the horizon, scattering dusky pink light through the trees. For a split second, I spot a deer grazing on the side of the road, before it leaps back into the brush. After a nice, quiet drive, Brian eventually tells me to pull off the highway and onto a dirt road. The car bumps along until we reach a clearing that opens up to a magnificent lake. Well, here we are! I step out of the car and help Brian unload our gear as Maxwell runs around us, barking. The kids wake up and wander to the shore where Daisy tries to teach Amanda how to skip rocks. Brian and I carry the tackle boxes and cooler over to the edge of the lake, where he has a canoe waiting. Oh great, it's still in one piece! Hold on, help me out with Maxwell. I help Brian place a tiny dog-sized life vest. Oh, that's so cute! Woof, woof. Alright, your turn. Brian hands me a lime green life vest. Maybe if I fall in, you'll save me. No, I wouldn't say that because I'm highly competitive with him. I can swim, thanks. I know how to swim, Brian. Suit yourself. Oh god, I'm gonna die. Also, he didn't like that at all. At all. Brian turns to Daisy, who are still skipping rocks. You kids want to fish?
Aww.
I'm good with just throwing rocks into the water. And hurls a rock into the pond with gusto. Yeah, take that, water. Fuck you, water. And so you're supposed to be skipping them.
Huh?
Is that what we're doing? I thought we were just telling the water to fuck off. Daisy, don't you want to fish? I think catching fish is kind of inhumane. I didn't want to say it, but it kind of is. We're going to go explore in the woods and look at bugs and stuff. Alright, be safe. Don't go too far. Brian puts a life vest around himself and we throw all of our equipment into the canoe. So happily jumps in and takes his place looking out over the front of the boat. Get into the canoe as Brian shoves off. We paddle together to get ourselves in the middle of the lake. Most freshwater fish usually feed at dusk and dawn. You okay? Something, sure. Sorry, my wife was looking for kitchen roll, but we found it. It's fine. Most freshwater fish usually feed at dusk and dawn, which is why I had to get you up so early. Yeah, I know, that's pretty common fisherman knowledge after all. Fisherman knowledge that I am knowledgeable about. I'm knowledgeable about fishing is what I'm trying to say. Still a gambling man. You know it. Dig that hole. Dig that hole, Jay. Let's see who can catch more fish. So wait, is this quantity or quantity? This is quantity or quality. Are we going by weight or number? You can catch more than one? Sounds easy enough to me. What's on the line? Hopefully fish. Ah! Oh, they made the joke too. Yes. Besides all the fish I'm gonna catch, obviously. I was thinking something a little more high stakes than mowing the lawn. Custody of our children? More than that. Let's say, if I win, I get your weed whacker. What? You think I have one of those? The Whackmaster 2000, which was my nickname in high school. The Whackmaster 2000, that's a limited edition. But if you win, you get my pole saw, the Reaching Cut 3000. The cordless version. That's the one. Shit, the Reaching Cut 3000 is state of the art. My weed whacker is a prized possession, but there are those hard to reach branches in the back of the yard that have been begging for a pruning. You're on. We shake on it. The deal is sealed. Simply remember that I don't know how to fish. My foolish fatherly pride will one day be my undoing. And today is that day. I watch as Brian ties a lure and does some stuff I can't quite follow with his fishing pole. He casts it into the lake. Oh boy, now I have to do that. I stare down at the tackle box and I have the pole in my hand. We're gonna put some bait on the hook. Eggplants! I fish a worm from the styrofoam container that Brian brought. It's slippery, but I think I can get it on the hook if I just focus. Oh god, I'm bleeding. Oh god, there's blood. Can I not go on a date without there being blood everywhere? I would like to end one romantic evening without a death. The worm is not on the hook. Need some help? No, I meant to do that. The blood attracts the fish. They can smell it up to a mile away, you know. I mean, sharks can. So I assume all fish. No, it's definitely fish. I mean, sharks are a kind of fish, so I'm not technically incorrect. Now what? Tie a knot or something. More eggplants! Yes! Take my pole and tie an elaborate-looking knot to impress Brian. Classic hunter's bend. I learned that one in my youth. Yep, this one isn't coming apart anytime soon. With this knot, I will cast my heavenly line upon the unsuspecting water and deliver unto us a bountiful harvest. I look over to Brian. He doesn't seem to be paying attention. Let's cast this sucker. I pull my rod back and launch the lure as hard as I can. And the lure flies off the line and sails far, far away, landing in the lake with a loud sploosh. Sploosh! Sorry, I judged the wind speed wrong. The cold air drives the pressure down. Go ahead and take my pole. I know it's hard switching to a new pole you're not used to. I'll fix up another lure. Barmy hands me a pole with his smile, and I just sit there, feeling like an idiot. Oh, this is fishing. Oh god. Fishing around here is easy. They group up. All you gotta do is line up 3 of the same species and reel them in. I need to match up 3 of the same species. Oh, I can't tell them apart.
Match that fish.
Match that fish. Boom! Oh god, it's the time limit. Time limit. Oh shit. We're gonna go here. Boom! Boom! No, that's not it. Boom! Boom! We're doing this! We are catching the fish!
Nice match. Nice match.
Boom!
Nice match. Nice match.
We will catch all the fish! We will exterminate their population!
Catch of the day. Catch of the day.
Catch of the day! Oh god. I hate minigames like this. I'm so bad at them! I panic too much! So much panicking. Okay. No. No.
Now you're fishing.
We're gonna have to pound the tuna. God, I'm not doing well.
Nice match. Nice catch.
Now
Now you're fishing.
Now I am fishing, yes.
Now you're fishing.
No, oh, shut your face, Brian.
Today.
Shut your goddamn mouth. Oh god, I ran out of time. Oh god, I didn't see the achievement I just got. Wow, this is way tougher than I thought. I look over to Brian who's smiling, obviously enjoying his time out here on the lake. I will crush him. Suddenly, the fishing pole jumps in my hand. I reflexively tug upwards. I think I got something big in my pants. The tip of the pole dips down repeatedly, and the line starts to run.
Hey.
Reel it in! Finally get the fish right up next to the boat. It's a long, beautiful rainbow trout. Brian hands me a net. It's all yours. I lean down and notice my hands are shaking with excitement. The fish is bigger than all the ones Brian's caught. That pole saw is mine, all mine. And I fall into the water. Should have taken that life vest. All of a sudden, I'm embraced under the water and pulled into Brian's arms. Oh my. Finally dragged upward, sputtering water. All of the gear floats into the surface. Maxwell doggy paddles around us in circles, having a great time.
Ah.
You alright? Does that count as one?
Oh.
Well, seeing as all our fish are now swimming back safely to the lake. I guess so. Brian laughs. Let's get you to shore. Brian and I flip the canoe back over and fill it with our now soaking wet gear. We row back to shore with Maxwell in tow. Once we get to the beach, Maxwell... Oh, wow, that is a shirtless Brian. That is a shirtless dad. Maxwell darts off into the woods. Brian takes off his shirt. Dots of water glisten in the sun across his strong, manly, lumberjack back. Man, all that General Conquer must have built that guy like an ox. Like he could flip you over and have his way with you. ... I hope he doesn't notice me staring. Right at his pants. I'm gonna get a fire going so we can dry off. Wanna hand me yours? Yes, okay. I'm gonna take off my own shirt and toss it to Brian. I suddenly wish I had done more sit-ups in my life, or any sit-ups at all, really. Another thing you've bested me in, stupid, sexy Flanders. You might as well fry that shirt up. It seems like it's the only lunch we'll have here.
Ah.
The day's young. We can fish from the shore. Once Brian gets the fire going, I sit and try to dry off my pants. Brian sets a couple of lures by the water's edge. We're probably gonna have to pull the kibosh on put the kibosh on the competition for now. Until another day. My stomach growls. You hungry? Oh, I'm fine. I just enjoy not eating all day. Brian reaches into his cargo shorts and pulls out a few granola bars. Why is that in there?
Hey.
I'm a small child. I am flushed with snacks. Okay, that makes sense. Joins me by the fire and accepts the cargo short granola. And now we're back to waiting. Where did the girls get off to? Shouldn't they be back by now? Oh, I wouldn't worry about it too much. They're a couple of smart kids. I mean, Daisy is. That's what I'm worried about. They're too smart. They've probably established a small rural government by this point and still themselves as leaders. I take a look around at the sun cresting the tree line, casting the entire lake in a warm golden glow. The forest seems to be coming alive now. Birds chirp in the distance. Wow, nature is beautiful. A mosquito bites me. Fuck nature. Here you go, bud. Hands me a bottle of bug spray. I begrudgingly take it and douse myself. I've always hated how this stuff smells. Really, I've always kind of liked it. Reminds me of being outside. Maybe you and I have different sentiments on the outdoors. Maxwell comes bounding up to me, a huge stick in his mouth. He drops it at my feet and looks at me expectantly. Maxwell, challenge accepted. Throw the stick into the woods. Fake out throw. Break the stick in half. No, we're not going to do that. But we are going to fake out throw. Ha-ha! Wind the stick up and pretend to throw the stick. But Maxwell runs away for a second and looks around, confused.
Ah.
Brian and I laugh. I toss the stick to Maxwell for rear and he jumps to catch it in his mouth.
Ah.
Is it a little messed up that we're taking advantage of a dog's inherent trust in humans for our own amusement? Maxwell, get over here. I gotta make it up to you. Belly rubs for everyone. It's time for the pets. What's the plan? We're gonna rub that belly. Maxwell rolls over and lets me rub his belly. I'll rub that belly. Oh, look at that belly. I'm gonna rub that man's belly. No, I don't like Brian. I don't like him. But I want him. Wiggles on the grass, clearly loving it.
Ah.
I feel a little bit of a third wheel here. Where are my belly rubs? I'm gonna rub his belly. Ha ha! Ha! Oh! Those are some eggplants. I think we're actually gonna nail this date, unfortunately. I'm so flustered I can barely say anything. Just focus on petting Maxwell. And hope Brian doesn't notice how much I'm sweating. And how erect I am. While I'm playing with Maxwell, fish begin routinely pulling at Brian's lines. I watch Brian effortlessly fillet the fish, squeezing a bit of lemon on them and frying them up in the cast iron pan. Before we know it, we have a feast fit for a couple of shirtless dudes. Yeah, makes sense. And then Daisy emerged from the woods, looking totally unscathed. They came at the sound of food. Whoa, Dad Bod Patrol. I'm gonna have to issue a citation and demand you both put your shirts back on. There are children present. Fuck you! This dad bod is why you exist! I toss him my now dry shirt, put it on over my head, thankful that I will no longer be distracted by Brian and his pecs. It's not his pecs, it's the gut, like the man abs. Where have you two been? Studying etymology. What is etymology?
Ah.
We were playing with bugs. I expected you guys to be more covered in like mud and stuff. Daisy looks offended. What do you take me for, a child? You're 10! Amanda puts a hand on Daisy's shoulder.
Ugh.
Oh, I... Take a seat around the fire and Brian serves us all generous piles of fish on paper plates. It's absolutely delicious. Why does he have to be good at everything? Fish taste okay! Daisy and Amanda both nod furiously, mouths full of fish. It's incredible. I've never had fish this good. To be fair, if you're going to eat fish, you need to have it like fresh. Fresh as possible. If you can get it straight out of the water like this, that's the way to do it. I'm originally from Florida, so I have issues eating seafood. I mean, even when I ate meat, I had issues eating seafood anywhere else in the world because, especially now that I live in England, one, it's all cold water fish, but doesn't have the same taste to me. But also, it just doesn't have the same... It's never as fresh. Yeah, it's great. Old Harding family recipe. He's Brian Harding. Why are your pants wet? Well, Amanda, we were out there on the lake, and then... And then I accidentally tipped over the boat. Oh my god, he's covering for us. Don't worry, all of the gear floated to the surface, so we didn't lose anything. Right, Jay? Hi! Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I can't believe it just covered for me. My god, is this what love feels like? Gosh, he even out-humbles me. He's trying to beat me at everything, including my world-famous humility. We finish our fish and end up playing catch with Maxwell for a little while before we decide to head out. After cleaning up the camp, we pack up the station wagon and let Maxwell into the back seat. Poor pup falls asleep and puddle with Amanda and Daisy. They've had a long day. Been an ordeal today, bud. Let me drive you guys home. Want to prove that I'm the most awake down the block, but yeah, I'm beat. Fine, you do that. As we drive away, I take one last look at the lake disappearing behind us and smile. I rest my head against the window and the low rumble of dirt road beneath us lulls me into a peaceful sleep. Oh, I think we're getting to the end of the date. Hey, sleepyhead. Open my eyes and realize that I dozed off in the car. I self-consciously wipe a bit of drool off my chin. Oh, hey, I was resting my eyes. Just in case we suddenly have to jump into any sort of conflict, so I'm super awake for it. And ready to fight. With my strong arms. It's all good. You earned some rest, buddy. Thanks for coming out with us today. I had a lot of fun with you. Thanks for inviting us. I also had fun. Actually, surprisingly. Glad to hear it. Take it easy, yeah? You too. Take it the easiest. Brian chuckles slowly and unloads the car. When I get inside, and immediately collapse on the couch. Long day. Yep. I was so close to that pole saw.
Hmm?
Pole saw? Yeah, Brian and I were competing to see who could catch the most fish and... Stop. Why do you care so much? Manda Panda, just look at the guy. He's obviously got my number and he's rubbing my face in it.
Oh.
Dad, I love you. I love you too, and that's going to be the end of the conversation.
Hmm.
But you're kind of dumb sometimes. Dumb? Or clearly the superior dad. You know what? I don't have any of the energy required to properly unpack your weird fixation with asserting your masculinity. I'm going to bed. Good night. Amanda slides off the couch and face down onto the floor. I am a tired slug. I've had days like that. Amanda, the floor is disgusting. I weed on there after my date with Damien. Or Robert, one of those two. I don't care. Well, night, honey. Night, pups. End of the date! So let's see how we did. We are going to end the stream after this. Oh, father-daughter time. Maxed out. I think it's going to be an S rank. It's going to be an S rank. I feel it. Oh, it's just an
Give
A.
me a run for my money.
Oh, we did it. We did well. Okay.
Welcome. You've
Okay, guys. So that's going to be the end of the stream. I hope you had a lot of fun. I sure enjoyed myself. And there won't be a stream tomorrow afternoon, but there will be another stream on Friday and Saturday. So you can catch me. It's going to be around midnight Friday night, possibly a little bit earlier. But if you follow me on Twitter at Trent L. Cannon, I always post on there right before I go on a stream, so you'll be able to find out nice and easy. That's probably the best way. And then, if you want to get in touch, follow me on Twitter, hangouts. I hope you guys had fun, and I will see you guys next time.